Hi everyone, welcome back to Live Darts with me, Phil Bars. It's that time again, it's Premier League preview as week 15 heads to Leeds and it is the race to the O2. 16 weeks of gruelling darts comes to a climax here and there's still all to play for in the race for the O2. It's going to be a thrilling night in Leeds, but first of all, let's recap, let's rewind, let's go back to Sheffield, which was a pivotal night. All points were vital and we had everything going on in the Steel City. First up, Michael Smith drew 7-all. With James Wade. A real good game. We saw some glimpses of Bully Boy at his best, but James Wade doing what James Wade has done all Premier League, finds a way to get something from the game. Real high quality game, has to be said. Point apiece, probably a fair result, although James will be kicking himself because a win would have guaranteed him a place at the O2. He's still in the driving seat, but a missed opportunity for the machine. Then Rob Cross, demolition job of Mensur Suljovic, 8-4, 102 average from the former world champion. It was a lot higher as well. Fell asleep a little bit in the back end of the game. Mensur played his part, but Rob has been so consistent during this year's Premier League. Tops the table right now with a week to go. Thoroughly deserved from Voltage, but can he get the job done? Can he get over the line and take MVG's crown of finishing top of the table? Time will tell. Then the game of the night in more ways than one. We had Daryl Gurney drawing 7-all with the Iceman Gerwyn price, but we had shenanigans on the Oki. It was frosty, security come on the stage. It was a little bit of handbags, but it was gripping TV, has to be said. But 7-all, price mismatched darts. Daryl will also be kicking himself because he had a great opportunity to catapult himself into the playoffs. Both players will feel it was missed opportunity because speaking to them both afterwards and in Germany on the Euro Tour, both feel they could and should have won the game. But it all goes back, social media, both Price and Gurney were trending UK-wide on Twitter, which hasn't happened for a while for darts. I'm in the camp, all publicity is good publicity. It gets people talking about the sport, but they've both kissed and made up since. So I wouldn't say they were best of friends, but it's been sorted. But I'm sure the DRA will have their say at some point. But 7-all. Then MVG smashes Peter Wright, 8-1, 110 average from the big green machine. Peter Wright played his part. That scoreline doesn't reflect how well Peter Wright played in Sheffield. 102 average for Snakebite. We're seeing glimpses of Peter Wright getting back to somewhere near his best, but MVG too strong on the night. But it wasn't enough to put him back top of the table. The big green machine still lies second with a week to go. So, looking at the table, Rob Cross top on 22 points. Second, MVG on 21. It's tight at the top, isn't it? Rob needs to win to guarantee it because of the leg difference. Any slip from him, whether it be a draw or a defeat, Michael win will put him back top of the table, where he's always been in the Premier League. This is uncharted waters for the green machine. But Rob in the driving seat, heading to Leeds. Then the race for the playoffs. At the moment, James Wade, 18 points, but more importantly, a huge leg difference for the machine. It's almost like an extra point for him. I think he's at the O2, although it's not confirmed yet. I think he's done enough. Then, Mensur Suljovic, 17th, taking up the last playoff spot. The fixture list hasn't been kind to him. He's got MVG this week. It's going to be a huge task for Mensur, who's been brilliant in this year's Premier League, it has to be said. Then just outside, Daryl Gurney also on 17 points, just missing out on leg difference at the moment. Those two heavy defeats early on in the season costing him, but he knows he's in contention going into the last game. Then Gezi Price on 16 points, just a point outside. He needs a little bit of luck. His fate isn't in his own hands as we speak right now, but the Iceman will give it everything this week. So here we are, the penultimate night in Leeds, which should be an absolute cracker. First up, we've got Gerwyn Price taking on Peter Wright. Peter Wright, nothing to play for, but like I said earlier, in Germany at the weekend, he got to the final of the Euro Tour. We've seen glimpses of the former world number 2 getting back to his best. We all know his wife Jo hadn't been very well during this year's Premier League. She's now back by his side. Is that a coincidence that he's now playing well? No, I don't think it is. Gezi will be kicking himself. Too many draws in this year's Premier League, which has probably cost him a place at the O2 if he fails to get there. For me, I think Gezi has been sensational in this year's Premier League compared to last year, but it's so close. He might have left himself a little bit too much to do. I think Peter Wright may just nick this one, I have to say. The form we saw at the weekend and last week, Peter Wright may just nick this one, but I'm going to sit on the fence and go 7-7 draw in this one. I think both will play well, has to be said, but looking forward to that game immensely. Then Daryl Gurney takes on Michael Smith. Now this game's relevance all depends on what happens in the game before. If Price wins, the pressure is heaped on to Daryl Gurney. So interesting to see. Again, Michael Smith, we've seen glimpses of Bully Boy getting back to his best. His scoring was very good at the weekend in the Euro Tour before he was defeated by Jeffrey Gerwen, who played very well in that game, has to be said. But seeing glimpses, Daryl, when he's good, he's very good, but when he's slightly off, he's not just hitting those heights at the moment. But looking forward to this game. I think Daryl wins this just because he's got something to play for and Michael hasn't. I think that desire might get him over the line. I'm going to go 8-6 to Daryl, but it's a real coin toss game. That's just what I think, but flip it up in the air and see who wins that one. Then MVG takes on Mensur Suljovic. Mensur, big outsider at 6-1 with the bookies. Michael 2-7. I think Michael wins this game. I just think he outscores Mensur. Although at the weekend, Michael didn't really seem his usual self on the Euro Tour. Defeat in the quarterfinals to Peter Wright, who was exceptional in that game. But I just think that the Green Machine will heap the pressure on Rob Cross last. I'm going to go for an 8-4 victory to the big Green Machine in that game. Then last up, James Wade takes on Rob Cross, which could have everything on the line. James could be playing for his place at the O2. Rob's playing for top spot. So this is a real intriguing game, has to be said. Rob has been sensational in this year's Premier League. Even money to beat James Wade. James 15-8, never write the machine off. He just finds a way to grind out results. But not just grind, we've also had some stunning performances from him. We've had a whitewash from James Wade. We've had big ton plus averages. Do not write James Wade off in this game. I think it'll be close. I'm going to back James on the handicap if I'm going to have a bet on this, because I don't think he'll get beaten heavily. But, I'm sorry Rob Cross fans, I'm going to go draw in this game. I think James Wade has played well enough in this Premier League to get something from Voltage. Won't be a popular opinion for all the Rob Cross fans, but I just think that James has a knack of doing the right things at the right times and will get something. So in the comments below, whatever platform you're watching this on, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, drop your score lines below. We've had some great fun with this. Some of you have been really close to clean sweeps as well. So get it done. Comment below right now your scores. Also, if you can't be there in Leeds this week, follow us at Live Darts on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and the website. We'll have everything covered for you if you can't be there. We'll have live scores updates. We'll have all the interviews with the winners afterwards, all the fallout from Leeds and the race to the O2 will be here at Live Darts. And last but by no means least, hit the bell button, turn notifications on, and leave us a like here at Live Darts if you like this video. Well everyone, it's that time again. Thank you very much for joining us here at Live Darts. And remember, we will see you live in Leeds this week for the race for the O2 in the Unibet Premier League.